Are you determined to live a healthy life but don't know where to start? It seems like type 2 diabetes keeps throwing a wrench in your plans. Type 2 diabetes is a lifelong disease that interferes with your body's ability to use insulin in the way it's designed to. It can damage or cause problems with your kidneys, eyes, nerves, and skin. As if that wasn't bad enough, type 2 diabetes also increases your risk of getting a heart disease or having a stroke. Experts also warn against this chronic disease because it damages your brain and puts you at a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. In today's video, we're going to talk about diet changes you need to make to help control type 2 diabetes. Please keep in mind that these lifestyle and dietary changes are there to support your treatment. Don't replace your medicines with a new type 2 diabetes-friendly diet. Let's begin the discussion. Let's understand type 2 diabetes a bit first. Type 2 diabetes is the most common type of diabetes. It is characterized by very high blood glucose, which is also called blood sugar. It is this blood glucose that works as the main source of energy. Your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin that helps glucose enter your cells to be used for energy. But when you get type 2 diabetes, your body either doesn't make enough insulin or is unable to utilize it properly. As a result, too much glucose accumulates in your blood vessels, and not enough reaches your cells. But don't let this dishearten you. You can take steps to prevent or delay the development of type 2 diabetes. Let's first start by making the necessary changes to your diet. Recommended dietary changes for people with type 2 diabetes. 1. Portion control. We love gobbling up our favorite foods. Whether it's your favorite meat lover's pizza or a plate of creamy pasta, there seems to be nothing stopping us when it comes to indulging in delicacies. While this is okay once in a while, you have to be very careful with what you eat and how much you eat if you have type 2 diabetes. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just about choosing healthier foods, you also have to practice portion control. People with type 2 diabetes need to work toward reducing their blood sugar levels. If you are overweight, one way to do that is to reduce your weight by about 5 to 10%. Reducing weight can also help you avoid heart disease, which has a higher risk of happening in people with type 2 diabetes. A straightforward way to reduce weight is to practice portion control. Instead of completely cutting off food for hours or days together, reducing the amount of food you eat at every meal is easier to do. With portion control, you can also keep your blood sugar levels in the range they need to be. It's best to check with your doctor to determine how many calories you can remove from every meal. Your doctor will be able to give you advice based on your medical history, eating habits, and how much you currently weigh. Interested in knowing more about losing weight in a healthy way? You can watch our video on the top 20 weight loss superfoods you aren't eating enough of. 2. Add leafy greens. Not everybody's a fan of green leafy vegetables. But if you want to live a long and healthy life, you have to find a way to enjoy eating them because they're going to be a big part of your life moving forward. Adding green leafy vegetables to your diet gives you almost all the essential nutrients you need on a daily basis, especially antioxidants that are super good for you. Leafy greens are specifically helpful for those with type 2 diabetes, as these veggies have a minimal impact on blood sugar levels. Vegetables such as spinach and kale have become extremely popular thanks to the awesome nutritional benefits they offer. They also come with a generous amount of protein and fiber. Research on animals indicates that there could be a chance that people with type 2 diabetes benefit from leafy greens. Experts found that the juice of leafy vegetables is a potent source of biological antioxidants. These antioxidants and enzymes did help rats digest starch. Another study was conducted on humans, in which participants drank 300 milliliters of kale juice daily for 6 weeks. The results showed that kale juice could help maintain blood sugar levels. It even helped improve blood pressure among those who had hypertension. Leafy greens can be eaten in multiple forms in various dishes. They can be added to salads, soups, and side dishes. You can make smoothies out of them and drink them as well. You'll be surprised to know how easy it is to stuff leafy greens into a sandwich. All you need to do is stuff it with less meat and more veggies. It's easy to sneak a fistful of baby spinach onto your tuna sandwich, or add several leaves of fresh romaine to a plate full of roasted chicken. You can top your food with a slice of avocado to get some heart-healthy fats. Another great alternative is to swap your tortilla in favor of cabbage or Bib lettuce. Sweet and sour lettuce wraps are also a great option to get more nutrients while cutting down on carbs. 3. Plan your meals. Eating healthy meals is necessary for people with type 2 diabetes. But it's not always possible to make a healthy meal on the spot. You may not have the ingredients or the time required to make the meal every time. To avoid such situations, it's best to make a weekly meal plan. You can talk to your doctor or dietitian to determine which foods constitute healthy meals. They can also tell you the amount of carbs you would need to sustain you through the day. A meal plan is unique to each person, based on their circumstances. Your lifestyle, your current weight, your chronic disease, if any, and other factors are taken into consideration when a meal plan is designed. Once you have the plan ready, you can shop for all the ingredients you need to make these meals. You can also cook meals in advance and store them in the refrigerator, so that you can just heat them in the oven when it's time to eat. It not only saves time, but also makes sure you stay on track to reach your goals. You are less likely to order takeout if you have a refrigerator full of delicious, healthy meals. 4. Check with a dietitian. Making healthy changes to your diet and lifestyle can be a bit intimidating. There are so many things to change, but you have no idea where to begin. You might also be confused about the appropriate quantities of various healthy foods to eat. Then there are food combos you need to try to hit the jackpot on the healthy quotient. But who is going to tell you all of this? You can't possibly spend your entire weekend mindlessly surfing the internet. That's where a qualified dietitian steps in. They guide people through diets or eating patterns that have shown success for many people with type 2 diabetes. Some have found the Mediterranean diet helpful. Others have seen success with the dietary approaches to stop hypertension, DASH eating pattern. These diets are mostly packed with whole grains and other complex carbohydrates. People have also tried meal plans that are low in carbohydrates and found success in dealing with type 2 diabetes. Such diets are high in protein. There is no one meal or diet plan that can be suggested for all people with type 2 diabetes. It needs to be curated to your personal needs. This is where a dietitian would be very helpful. They would understand what you need based on your condition, weight, lifestyle, and other relevant factors. Dietitians can then design a diet that gives you the best benefits. Dietitians are also helpful in making a personalized plan based on your cooking habits. They take your budget into account as well before making their suggestions. 5. Add beans to your diet. Do you like eating hummus with pita bread or chips? Well, you're one step closer to making the right choice. All you need to do is swap bread or chips for celery sticks, cucumber slices, or carrots. Bell peppers, radishes, and broccoli are also excellent options. These veggies make for a healthy snack, but don't underestimate hummus. The healthier version of it, made from cooked chickpeas, can easily be a part of your type 2 diabetes-friendly diet. One of the better options to add to diets for people with type 2 diabetes is beans. They are plant-based proteins that are very good at satisfying your hunger pangs and making sure you don't eat too many carbohydrates in your meals. Beans lie low in the glycemic index. Wondering what's that? The glycemic index measures how quickly a particular food increases your blood sugar levels. Your body takes a good amount of time to digest beans compared with other carbohydrates. This makes them perfect for regulating blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes. Eating beans also has the added benefit of helping reduce weight and bring down your cholesterol levels. They also come with other important nutrients, such as potassium, iron, and magnesium. You can add beans to most meals. They go in chili or stew. You can even add them to a wrap. Boiled chickpeas and kidney beans pair really well with a plate of fresh green salad. 6. Drink plenty of water. Do you track your intake of water? Are you making sure you stay hydrated throughout the day? You'll be surprised to know the impact hydration has on your health. Besides quenching your thirst, it also prevents you from eating mindlessly and tames frequent cravings. Your body can easily mistake thirst for hunger, which results in you eating so much that it causes a calorie overload. Thirst can especially make you crave sugary foods. If you are not paying attention to your body's signals of thirst, you might end up eating a lot. Some people also tend to rely more on fruit juices or carbonated drinks whenever they feel thirsty. These drinks usually have sweeteners and added sugar that will raise your blood sugar levels. All of this has to change if you want to keep your blood glucose levels under control. Instead of drinking sugary beverages, you need to switch to water as your preferred beverage. Water is not only sugar-free, but also free of calories. It is important to remain hydrated throughout the day. If you find it difficult to feel motivated to drink lots of plain water, try fruit-infused water. It is a great option for those who find drinking plain water boring. There are several infuser water bottles on the market. You can infuse drinking water with lemon, mint leaves, or cucumber to add flavor. Another surefire way to stay hydrated is by tracking your water intake. There are apps to remind you to hydrate yourself every few hours. The best part is that when you drink enough water throughout the day, you will experience an increase in energy levels and productivity. While you're at it, also avoid alcohol. It affects your blood sugar levels and can also increase your weight. If you cannot avoid it completely, make sure you only drink in moderation. 7. Cut down on carbohydrates. Carbohydrates have the biggest impact on your blood sugar levels. When you eat carbohydrates, your blood glucose level goes up. This does not mean you should completely avoid carbohydrates. They are quite important for your overall health, but it is important to control the amount of carbohydrates you eat at every meal. Refined carbohydrates are especially at fault. They are high in calories, but have low nutritional value. They only end up causing weight gain and raising blood sugar levels. Examples of foods with refined carbohydrates include white rice, white pasta, and white bread. Soda and fruit juices also have these carbohydrates. Candy and cookies aren't better either. Not all foods are good for you. Some raise your blood sugar levels more than others. Foods such as potatoes and sweets are to be avoided. Instead, you can have whole wheat bread, brown rice, and oatmeal. You can also include vegetables that are not starchy. Butternut squash, okra, and cauliflower are some you can try. Also, when you buy food in the supermarket, it's important to look at the food labels. Anything that lists added sugar should be avoided. 8. Probiotic yogurt. Probiotics are good bacteria present in your gut that help with digestion. They are also important for your overall health and are especially good for people with type 2 diabetes. Research has shown that probiotic yogurt improves cholesterol in people who have type 2 diabetes. This can help reduce the chances of developing heart disease. A study has shown that eating foods rich in probiotics, such as yogurt, can reduce inflammation. It also increases insulin sensitivity, which is helpful for people with type 2 diabetes. When you are buying yogurt at the grocery store, make sure you pick up one that doesn't have added sugar in it. Plain Greek yogurt is one of the healthiest choices you can make. You can add berries and nuts to the yogurt to make it healthier. Just make sure you eat yogurt in moderation. 9. Flavored seltzer is better than fruit juice. Do you love drinking fruit juice for breakfast? Well, that has to change if you want to keep type 2 diabetes under control. You might think that fruit juices are awesome for your health since fruits are highly recommended as part of a healthy diet. While it is true that fruits are rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber, fruit juice is another story. Even though whole fruits are considered healthy carbohydrates for people with diabetes, they must avoid drinking fruit juice. Even 100% fruit juice isn't recommended. The problem is that juices have concentrated amounts of fruit sugar that cause your blood sugar to spike quickly. Not just this, sipping fruit juice won't be as fulfilling as eating a whole fruit. This is because juice doesn't have the same fiber as whole fruit. If you still want a refreshing drink, opt for 0-calorie plain or natural flavored seltzer. You can add a spritz of lemon or lime for extra flavor. As we explained to you before, you can always infuse water with cucumber and mint leaves. Diet certainly plays a significant role in managing your blood glucose levels. There are so many foods you should eat, and some you absolutely must avoid. Interested in knowing more about them? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more diabetes-related videos. Shall we? Watch the 6 best and 6 worst vegetables for diabetics. You can also try our video on 18 healthy diabetic-friendly snacks you should be eating. Go ahead, click one. Or better yet, watch both and learn more about health, nutrition, and diabetes. Do you have type 2 diabetes or know anyone trying to get their blood sugar levels under control? Let us know in the comments below.